Good morning, friends. In previous video, I explained laws of motion. So here table 1. Listen once again. Laws of motion, laws of reflection, laws of reflection. Listen once again. Incident ray means angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Second one, I plus I is equal to 90 degrees or R plus R is equal to 90 degrees. Okay. Next third one, incident ray. Incident ray reflected ray and a normal line lie on the same plane, These are the laws of reflection. So here I is equal to these are the laws of reflection. Okay, if a ray of light incident normally on a plane mirror, then angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, that is equal to 0 degrees. If a ray of light incident normally on a plane mirror, then angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. These are the laws of reflection. What see on page number 84, what diagram is given? Page number 84. It is a given diagram. It is a plane mirror or reflecting surface. Normal line. Incident rays. These two are the incident rays. These two are the reflected rays. So it is ray 1, ray 2. It is normal line. It is ray 3. It is ray 4. So your table is given. Here 1 is the incident ray. Here 1 and 2 are the incident rays. From the diagram. First ray and the second ray are the incident rays. First one, ray 1 and ray 2 are the incident rays. Okay, now next one here 3 and 4. So 3, 4 are the reflected rays. So from the diagram here, theta is given here 60 degrees. Okay. Next one here 30 is given. These are the given values. So here from the diagram, serial number I will write here. Serial number, incident ray, next to angle of incidence, next to reflected ray. Next to R, angle of reflection. It is a given table from your textbook. Here on line 4, line 4, on line 3. Next one on normal line. On normal line. So here from the what is the it is a reflected ray. It is a reflected ray at the same time. It is the angle of reflection. 30 and 60 are the angle of reflection. So I is 1. 1 is the incident ray. For incident ray, 4 is the reflected ray. Is once again 1 for the incident ray 1. What is the reflected ray from the incident ray 1? That is 4. Okay. 2 is the reflected ray for this. 2 is the incident ray. For this incident ray, reflected ray is 3. For incident ray 1, for this incident ray, reflected ray is 4. Okay, 2 is the incident ray. For this incident ray, 3 is the reflected ray. If these two are the angle of reflection. So for line 4, what is the angle of incidence? Here reflection is given, that is 60 degrees. Therefore, angle of reflection also 60 degrees. Then next one, what is the reflected ray? For example, 4 is the incident ray, the reflected ray is 1. Reflected ray is 1. Next on line 3. On line 3. On line 3. Now, so what? Reflected ray is 4 here. From this diagram 4. From this diagram 4. Okay. For example, 4 is the incident ray. The reflected ray is 1. Okay. 1. Next one. On line 3. For example, 3 is the incident ray. For this incident ray, reflected ray is 2. So, what is the angle of incidence? 30 degrees. 30 degrees. Then the reflected ray is 2. Then the reflected ray is 2. So, normal line. Okay, angle of incidence. If a ray of light incident normally, then angle of incidence is equal to 0. Angle of incident is equal to 0. Therefore, reflected ray only normal line. It is the incident ray direction. At the same time, it is the reflected ray direction. So, incident ray is normal. Therefore, reflected ray also normal. Normal. Okay. Then angle of incident is equal to here for this 60 degrees, for this 30 degrees, for this 0 degrees. It is the given table from your textbook. Okay. Do you see any relationship between the angle of incident and the angle of reflection? From this diagram, at the same time from this statement, we can conclude that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. From this statement, we can say that angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Okay, next one. Next one. Makes your own periscope. Make your own periscope. Next one is making a periscope. Make your own periscope. make your core periscope. Once observe this video, once observe this video. formation of image by reflection. Formation of image by reflection. Formation of image by reflection. Okay. The point where the reflected rays actually image means the reflected rays actually meet at some other point. A ray of light is on a mirror from a point object. Each ray gets a reflected obey the laws of reflection. The point where the reflected rays of light actually meet or they appear to meet. Okay. So this gives the position of image of point object. Thus we can obtain the position of the image different points in the object. By joining these points, complete image of object can be obtained. But here images can be divided into two types. One is a real image. Next one, virtual image. Real image and virtual image. Listen once again. The diverging rays after reflection meet at some other point or appear to meet at a point. The point is called image. So here image can be divided into two types. One is real image and virtual image. For your textbook, here real image is given as it can be obtained on the screen. The real image which can be obtained on a screen. So we can catch on the screen. Virtual image we can't catch on the screen. That is called virtual image and the real image. So real image, the image which can be obtained on a screen is called a real image. It is formed when the light rays after reflection actually intersect or meet is called a real image. Listen. It is a reflecting surface, nothing but mirror. The diverging rays, okay, this was the diverging rays, this was coming from the different directions. But after reflection, they actually meet at a point. Your diverging rays, after reflection, they are converging. This converging point is nothing but a image, that is real image. Real image. Okay, it is called a real image. So real image we can catch on the screen. It is a diagram of the real image. Real image. Okay. Next, virtual image we can't catch on the screen. So diverging rays after reflection again diverging. After reflection again diverging. Okay. The light source, it is the source of the light. Okay. These two are the diverging rays. After reflection, the reflected rays again diverging. See here. 1 and 2 are the incident rays. After reflection, the light rays again diverging. Here 3 and 4 are the reflected rays. Okay, maybe the image is formed at the back side of the screen. It is the virtual image, VI. But here object is real, image is virtual. Okay, here object is virtual. Maybe object is here. Object is virtual, image is real. Object is real, image is virtual. These are the real image and the virtual images. Okay. So listen once again. Real real image we can catch on the screen. Virtual image we can't obtain on the screen. So real image is inverted with respect to the object, and the virtual image is erect with respect to the object. For example, image, that is the image distance of the object formed by a concave mirror. Okay. Next, virtual image formed by a plane mirror and convex mirror. So concave mirror gives the real image, and the convex and plane mirror gives the virtual image. Okay. Next one, how do we get an image in a mirror? On page number 87 from your textbook. How do we get an image in a plane mirror? How do you get an image in a mirror? We see our image in a mirror many times. How it is formed? For example, it is a mirror. We are standing in front of the mirror. We observe many times every day. Okay. We see our image in a mirror many times. How it is formed? Okay. During daytime, the light which falls on us gets reflected, and a number of reflected light rays from us that fall on the mirror also get reflected back. These reflected rays reach our eyes and make us our image. Once observe this diagram, the formation of image in the mirror due to reflection of light rays formed on the mirror. Page number 87. Once observe the diagram. So the light rays fall on the mirror. So from this mirror also the light rays will be reflect and reach to the our eye. And it is reach to the reflected rays reach to the our eye. Then the image will be formed. This is a formation of image. It is a formation of image. Okay. Thank you. Okay, ma'am. Now, what are the properties of image formed by a plane mirror? Okay. The image formed by a plane mirror is characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. Characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. I already explained. The image distance and object distance both are equal. The image can be erect image, means upright will be a chain. Image is erect. The image formed by the plane mirror is erect image, means upright will be changes. Okay, next one, size of the image. Size of the image is equal to the size of the object. Size of the object. Size of the image equal to size of the object. Okay, next one, the image formed by a plane mirror is virtual image. Image is virtual. Okay, next one, laterally inverted image means left will be right in the mirror, right will be appear in the mirror, left. Laterally inverted. Okay, these are the characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. These are the characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. Next one, how to find the number of images. So, number of images. Number of images. Here n equal to 360 by theta minus 1. It is the formula to find the number of images. It is the formula to find the number of images. Okay, the number of images depends on the angle between the two plane mirrors. So number of images depends on the angle between two plane mirrors. The angle between two plane mirrors. The two plane mirrors makes an angle theta with each other. The object is placed between the two plane mirrors. Then the number of images is n. Then n equal to 360 by theta. 360 by theta. It is the formula to find the number of images. If n equal to 360 by theta is odd, the number of images is n when the object is placed symmetrically between two plane mirrors. So you have to write once again, number of images. Image formed in two plane mirrors, two inclined mirrors. Okay. So number of images can be depends on the angle between the two plane mirrors. If n equal to 360 by theta, n equal to 360 by theta is odd. The number of images n will be when the object is odd. Okay, when the object is symmetrically, asymmetrically. Okay, if n equal to 360 by theta is odd, the number of images is n minus n. Okay, here number of images equal to n. Then the number of images is n. Okay, next one. If n equal to 360 by theta is even, then the number of images, equal to n minus 1. I will explain one problem. If angle between two plane mirrors is angle between two plane mirrors. The angle between two plane mirrors. Two plane mirrors is 60 degrees. Then n equal to how much? Then define the number of images. So here n equal to 360 by theta. Here what is the theta value now? 60 degrees. Therefore n equal to 360 by 60. So 0 0 get cancel. 6 1s here 6 6. So here n equal to 6. It is a even number. Therefore number of images n equal to n minus 1. Therefore number of images, the number of images, the number of images equal to n minus 1, that equal to 6 minus 1, that is 5. Therefore n equal to here 5 images. The number of images equal to how much? 5 images. Okay.